Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're gonna be in the top 5 easiest maps to get to high rounds in Call of Duty Zombies, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So similar to my other top 5s, we're gonna try to at least include one map from every single game, so that way it's sort of fair and not just all Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 maps. And taking the number 5 spot is going to be Ascension, so I kind of had to decide if I want to put Ascension or Kino here, and I ultimately decided I think Ascension deserves a spot. The reason I think Ascension is so easy is because 1, you have a badass wonder weapon that can kill like anything in front of you really quick, and 2, you have a bunch of big open areas that are relatively easy and safe to train in. You can train in the PhD flopper area, you can train at Pack-a-Punch, you can train in Spawn, you can train in the Junkyard, you can train in the MPL room. There's just so many different options to choose from, and they're all really easy. Now the reason this is only number 5 and not higher on the list is because eventually ammo does become a concern. The Thunder Gun in Black Ops 1 did not create drops, so you're not going to get a max ammo for it, so eventually you're going to run out of ammo with a Thunder Gun. And once you get up past like the 50s and 60s, you're not going to have enough Thunder Gun ammo to actually carry you to the next monkey round, and you still need to keep ammo for the Thunder Gun for the monkeys because as you go up in rounds, the monkey's health does increase, and eventually the only thing that can kill those things are fire traps and the Thunder Gun. So once you get up to a high enough round, you're really gonna have to take your ammo into consideration and start taking them through traps more often, and that's gonna slow your game down by a lot. And that's why I decided to put Ascension at number 5. Alright, and taking the number 4 spot is going to be Origins. Now the reason I think Origins is incredibly easy is because you have 4 different wonder weapons, well 5 if you count the Ray Gun Mark II, and then back down to 4 because the lightning staff really doesn't do anything on high rounds, but you have a bunch of different wonder weapons to choose from when all you really need is the ice staff and a good corner, and you can easily camp your way up to like the 50s or 60s. And then after that there's a bunch of easy and fast strategies that you can actually still run with the ice staff. That's just going to speed you through the rounds, and if you ever run out of ammo in the ice staff, just go put it away and grab a different one with full ammo. So that's why I think this map is incredibly easy, just because you have a bunch of different wonder weapons, and those are all sort of camping wonder weapons. You can camp your ass off for a very long time, and the Panzer is still relatively easy to deal with if you have like the Ray Gun Mark II or even a fully upgraded staff. Now it's not the easiest map in the world. After you are done camping at a corner, some of the training spots can be kind of hard and can be kind of dangerous, especially if you are running in the mud. So those are the reasons I decided to put Origins at number 4. Alright, and taking the number 3 spot is going to be Der Eisendrache. So you guys probably all knew this map would be on this list, but maybe not sure where. And I decided that it definitely deserves the number 3 spot. The reason I think it deserves the number 3 spot is because you have 4 different wonder weapons, and they all actually do shit on high rounds. It's not like Origins where one of them is going to poop out relatively early. All of the Der Eisendrache bows actually work on high rounds, and all you really need is the lightning one and a good corner, and you're going to be good for a very long time, especially when you combine it with Gobblegum. Now the reason it's only number 3 is because of the Panzer. So the Panzer used to be like the Origins one where it was relatively easy to deal with, but then they eventually patched it to where I believe now its health increases as the round goes up. So eventually those Panzers are going to be a huge pain in the ass to deal with just because they'll have so much health that you're really going to have to rely on like the head trauma Gobblegum, I believe that's what it's called, and a very powerful weapon like the Draken or the Haymaker to actually deal with it. But even though the Panzer is a huge pain in the ass, I still do think this map is easier than Origins. Just get a good corner and you're going to be good, and eventually once the Panzer comes, just go do a strategy really anywhere, use a bunch of different traps to slow him down, and you can easily take care of him. So that's why this map is number 3. Alright, and taking number 2 spot is going to be Revelations. So I definitely do think Revelations is one of the easiest maps we've ever had in Zombies. It's so easy to go to high rounds in. You have 2 of the best wonder weapons we've ever seen. You have the Apothicon Servant and the Thunder Gun, and both of these weapons can actually create drops, so you will be able to get max ammos from them, not like you really need it, as long as you have the Alchemical Antithesis Gobblegum, which you basically have an infinite amount of, and you can camp your way up to high rounds or do a strategy up to high rounds. This map is so easy as long as you have these 2 wonder weapons and that Gobblegum, you're going to be set. You can easily make your way up to round 100 without any problems. The Panzer in this game is so easy to deal with as long as you have the Thunder Gun, and the Margwa is just as easy as long as you have the Thunder Gun. Use the Apothicon Servant on the zombies. There's tons of different traps to choose from. This map is very easy to get to high rounds in, and the only reason it's number 2 is because number 1 is just a little bit easier. And taking the number 1 spot is going to be World at War Shinonuma. So this is definitely the easiest map to get to high rounds in, and it's not because of the wonder weapon or the strategies or the camping in the corners. It's mainly just because if you're playing World at War Shinonuma solo, only 24 zombies will spawn in per round. So usually how it is in Zombies, it's only 24 zombies can spawn in on the map at once. But something was wrong with Shinonuma, and if you're playing solo and you're on the World at War version, only 24 zombies will spawn in per round. So even if you're on like round 100, only 24 zombies are going to spawn in that entire round. They still will have a lot of health, but only 24 of them are actually going to be on that round. So you can just take them all through a trap or use 3 shots of the Wonder Waff, and you'll easily be able to take them all out. And you can easily get to round 100 in like an hour and a half to 2 hours, or maybe even faster than that. So World of War Shinanuma is definitely the easiest map to get to high rounds in, but the only thing that I would tell you to be careful of is Molotovs, because those will kill you, and also dogs. Dogs are kind of buggy in World of War, and they really will fuck your day up if you're not careful. So I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think are the top 5 easiest maps in zombies? You might have a completely different list from me, and that's totally fine. We all play zombies differently. So let me know in the comments, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace!